just about ready for football here at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Tonight, a tough AFC North matchup. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside Greg Olsen, I'm Mike Tirico. The kicker has us set for the start. Off we go from Cincinnati. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, a gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
That's not an easy catch by any means, but at this level, Mike, you get paid to catch a ball. And really, you get paid to catch the hard ones. And you know that hit, it's coming either way. And I remember learning as a young player early in my career, the hit's coming, you're going to get knocked to the ground. It feels a lot better getting off the ground than handing the ball to the official.
A 19-yard pickup there. That's a Steeler first down.
A gain of 19 yards. And a Steeler first down.
It's a really important conversion right there, Mike, because you just don't want to go 3 and out on the road, especially on your opening possession of the game. You want to let your offense get some rhythm, establish and unfold some of the game plan you've set up coming in. They're going to have a fresh set of downs here and now say, okay, can we turn this good start of a drive and finish the drive with some points?
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Take this down inside the 35. 14 yards on that pass play there. Good for a Steeler first down.
And they certainly don't waste any time getting him involved. And we knew coming in that he would be a part of the game plan. But if this is a sign of things to come, he could be in store for a big game.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Bengals' 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and a yard. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns?
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. And Greg, that is the way you love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, starting the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown. That's an ideal way to start when you find yourself on the road.
Extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good. And the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead.
Bengals nothing.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
We had a chance to see him out on the field early in pregame, and I thought he looked really sharp. I thought he looked focused. We had a chance to talk to him earlier in the week, and he's excited for this opportunity today. He thinks he's got a chance to lead this offense and have a lot of success, and ultimately the #1 goal is to come out with a victory.
They send the tight end in motion. On first down, they'll start with Mixon. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
That'll be taken in by Mixon. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
They'll try and run for this with Mixon. And he's going to be knocked down hard in the backfield. Loss on the play, and it's going to bring up fourth down. What a hit. The Bengals out and ready to punt. And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and take. The Steelers offense ready to see the football for the second time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the toss, they'll run. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Upton Stout in for that tackle. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. 3rd and 7.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. Not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Bengals offense are now ready to get going on their 2nd possession. Tight end on the move left. He'll start this on the ground with Brooks. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. A toss, and here's Brooks. And he's going to pick up the first down across midfield and down at the 49.
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan in the toss. Healthy gain, and they pick up the first down.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. A pickup there of 13. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pickup there by the back to pick up the first down.
On first down, right back to Johnson. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
To throw is Burrow. He'll find Chase. That's complete. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. Try and run it with Brooks. And he is going to have a Bengals first down. Grab it by plenty. It's 3rd and 2, and they got 8.
Big hole to run through there on 3rd and 1. This offensive line, they completely dominated this defensive front and opens the door for a really nice pickup and an easy first down.
They bring the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, Burrow escaping to his left. And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the first down.
A gain of 15 yards. That's another Bengals first down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
And that is Hunt in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage. Great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone because, as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
Point after, coming up here. The kick is good. And the Bengals will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Brown now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Steelers offense about ready to take over once more. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. And in motion is Brown. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
24-yard gain on the play.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do. And man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
On first and 10, they'll set up to throw. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play. Set to go now on first and 10. A run up the middle with Warren. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
Tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
From the 24 now, here's second down and 5. Here's a toss as they look to run. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. That's a Steeler first down.
And a Steeler.
Remember, Mike, he's already had a touchdown earlier in the first quarter, and at the way this game has started off, it looks like this defense is going to have their hands full stopping this guy.
Now Warren. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Second down, they need 3. And he's in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown, Steelers.
extra point is Boswell. He gets it to go, and the Steelers will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Bengals 7.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Gesicki, the man in motion. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Burrow here on 2nd down. To the left side, caught by Chase. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. 12 yards on that hookup. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zone. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball's going to go.
It's Bengals football here to begin the 2nd quarter, and they are facing a 2nd and long. Here's Burrow. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
For number 18. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 15.
It is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Burrow going for it all. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
This brought in out past the 20. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Steelers offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throwing now from the gun. He'll go left side here and complete this one. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
13, but it's 3rd down.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line.
First down.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
That's just playing quarterback at a really high level, Mike. I mean, once he realizes his initial pre-snap read has changed, he just calmly goes through his progressions against this zone look. He ends up delivering a strike, and they keep the drive alive.
That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
Oh, and they had a shot there, Mike. He just overthrows his man, and this just comes down to just continuing to get on the same page. This is a feel throw, a feel route. Just puts a little too much air on it, and he just can't quite run it down.
The Bengals take over.
The Bengals offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. Burrow now. That one underneath here to Mixon. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of running back and to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
2nd down. Burrow. And that ball incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
3rd and a yard. They'll run the sneak, and he is going to have a Bengals first down. Able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Burrow. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. In motion, it's Jefferson. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
On comes the punter now, as he's on here to punt this one away. The Bengals offense ready to see what they can do. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. They'll send their tight end left. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8 at the 14-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the handoff, this is Brooks. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
At the 17-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Tight end motioning left. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
And we've seen this time and time again. When this guy is in a groove like he is here, I mean, he's impossible to block. I mean, the offensive line, they've got to come up with a better plan to slow him down, or he's going to completely wreck this game.
Here's their punter now, as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. A fair catch called for and taken out beyond the 45-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. Now, faking the give. He'll go right and find his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Bengals offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. A run with Brooks to begin this drive. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
Mims sent in motion here. Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. A gain of 18 for number 18. And a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And after being shut down in the opening quarter, he makes his first catch here with that one. And they're going to need to continue to build off this if they plan on leaving here today with a win.
On 1st down, Burrow.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 4. Play action now. It's Burrow. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
First and 10.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down, and it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
A first down throw for Burrow. He gets this into the hands of Green. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Now it's 2nd and 1. Give inside, it's Brooks. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 11, and the Bengals going to have a first down.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield, but in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
On the draw, it's Brooks. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and
9. It is 2nd and 9. Burrow. They try to work the screen with Mixon. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And he just gets rid of this one. To the sideline, it is incomplete. He did not want to throw the interception there. And now it is 4th down.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
Makes the score Steelers 14, Bengals 10.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Brown now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Steelers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw here to begin the drive. Left side, it's caught by Brown. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Back to throw. That's out wide to Warren. And Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime.
at the 50-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch, stays in bounds, and he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown...
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials indicating, let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half.
Review the play. The ruling on the field stays.
So that is what you want. I know sometimes it takes time, but they do get it right, and this call will stand. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice sequence of plays here defensively, not only to force the 3rd and long, but then you really take away all of the quarterback's options downfield, left him with nothing really else to do but to just simply throw that one away.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hansen and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one, likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. Third quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
And I like this defensive game plan. When you're going against an elite quarterback like this guy, Mike, you have to get bodies in his face. You have to get him around his feet. You have to move him off his spot. Because if he can sit there in rhythm, on time, comfortable in the pocket, he's going to pick you apart. So it doesn't always have to be a sack, but you have to make him uncomfortable in the pocket. And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Now, Burrow. Oh, the bottom in a flash, and he lost the football. The Steelers think they've got one, and they do. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Steelers are out to a 21-10 lead.
Bengals 10.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. Got it into the hands of Mims. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Burrow. He connects with Mims. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
The saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
The tight end going in motion to the left. Burrow now to throw on 1st down. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. 14 on the pickup. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver. Leads to a real nice run after catch and brings up 1st down.
That's going to be incomplete. Covered very stoutly. That's going to bring up Second
brings
down.
up second and 10.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
Second down. Burrow. He'll find Chase. That's complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third
It's a
down.
gain of 7. Brings up third and 3.
Now, Burrow. He's got it about the 8. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
First down.
A big play
First
and
and
a
goal
much
at the
needed one
7-yard
as
line.
well. 33 yards.
And I think it's really been to all of our surprise. We haven't really had to say his name very much so far, and I think you can give the defense all the credit for that. There's his first catch of the game, and it comes here in the third quarter.
Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the play, but a real solid gain on first and
Brings up
goal.
Second and goal.
Here now, second down and goal. Johnson is in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So now the Bengals and Burrow will come out and try to add 2.
The Bengals will line up for the 2-point
He'll look to
conversion.
throw. And he'll get in for the 2-point conversion. And now the deficit is just a field goal.
Bengals 18.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Steelers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll begin here on the ground. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
He was brought down at the 26. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
He'll drop to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll go with the sneak. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
And the Steelers, first down. A gain of 1 yard. First down, Steelers.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Warren. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
They'll look to throw.
One of the biggest differentiators for a lot of these defenders, Mike, is a lot of them can stay in tight coverage. But where the special guys separate themselves is what do they do once the ball is in the air? They almost turn into offensive players with their ability to track it, and this is a great example here why.
The tight end Moore in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
Those simple routes over the middle, Mike. Well, to the quarterback, they're not always so simple. I'll tell you why. There's a lot of bodies in the middle of the field. There's a lot of traffic. Those windows are hard to navigate the ball through safely. So what happens? Well, you saw it there. It's a prime area for throws to be intercepted.
The Bengals offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
Check nickel.
Back to throw. Burrow. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it. And that pass falls incomplete.
That throwaway certainly isn't ideal in this situation, especially when you're trailing at this stage of the game, but no damage done. Move on to the next play.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Burrow now. He'll get that out to Mixon. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Bengals.
We used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
McPherson now for the PAT. His kick is good, and the Bengals have taken a 4-point advantage.
Steelers 21.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Brown now to return it. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to take over possession of the football. Start on the ground, and he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8. That is past the 40-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Automatic first down.
To the air now on 1st and 10. That's complete. Some more on the right side.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They face 2nd down and 7. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got his man Brown. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's to the end zone, where it's incomplete. What a job in coverage, muscling that one free. It'll be 2nd down now.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. This one caught at the 4. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
They'll try to run this one in. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's clear they didn't have a lot of confidence in their ability to generate enough push inside. That's why they decided to attempt this run on the perimeter, but watch the speed and pursuit of this defense to string this ball out, and they're able to take him down for a loss.
They'll throw out of the gun. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
Yeah, so it seemed the second they broke the huddle, Mike, that there was some confusion. I'm not sure everybody got on the same page before that ball was snapped.
This defense holding tight. Now from the 3-yard line, they'll try to stop 3rd and goal. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That one taken in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it. And the Steelers go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3.
Bengals 25.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This returnable from the 4. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengals offense back onto the field for their next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
And so far throughout the course of the game, I think the secondary's actually done a really nice job of taking him away. I mean, he's clearly one of their best players, one of the top players in the league. They're going to continue to find ways to target him. So defensively, it doesn't matter if he has 0 catches or 10. He is always going to be a focal point of this offense.
Going over the middle. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. One of the Steelers has it. And so much for a nice gain through the passing game. Not finishing the play, fumbling the football, and the offense has turned it over, Greg.
Mike, give credit to the defender here for not quitting on this play. They just give up a chunk play in the passing game. He stays after it, and instead of just making a simple tackle, he attacks the ball, knocks it loose, and creates a big takeaway for this defense.
The Steelers' offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. So they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action for Burrow. There's that man again. Another catch.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
Burrow here on second down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. So back and forth they go as we are through 3. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Check.
Burrow. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable, and just line up and snap it again.
Second down, Burrow. He'll step up and run this. And he will slide at the end, give him about 5. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
Follow this play right. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. This one brought in by Brown.
Complete to number 84. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. He takes off.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a Steelers first down.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down. There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect it, and ultimately just run the clock out.
A gain there of 20. Good for a Steeler first down.
At the 31-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
He'll drop to throw. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the Bengals' 26-yard line.
Second down and 6 now from the 26. Now they'll set up to throw. This one grabbed by Austin. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8.
That's another Steelers first down. An 8-yard pickup and a Steeler first down.
Now a handoff, running right. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
He was brought down at the 13.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They run out of the gun with Warren. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll look to throw. To the outside. Catch made by Brown. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to get back at it. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. He'll start this on the ground with Brooks. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Now a second down throw for Burrow. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
He's going to let it go deep for Chase. He's got it. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 73 yards. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The game-time touchdown here in the fourth quarter and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy with that late score, but they still need this extra point to take the lead here and see if they can hang on to this fourth quarter lead.
On is McPherson for the extra point. The kick is good. Important one as they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Steelers 31.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Brown now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Steelers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That is brought in. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A big one here in the fourth quarter. 36 yards.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this fourth quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
To the air now on 1st and 10. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Pickup of 6 brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
The tight end Moore in motion. A run now on 2nd down. With good blocking leading the way. He's got the first down inside the 25.
First down.
Well, this is something we don't see every day, Mike. A team playing with a traditional I formation fullback. It's kind of a lost art in today's modern game, but in this case, highly effective. Great job by the fullback clearing out the path for his running back, and they're able to pick up the first down.
He's got his man, Jefferson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 15-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Up the middle they go. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Important one here now for the Steelers. They're going to try to go for the two-point conversion.
The Steelers will line up for the two-point conversion.
That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Bengals 32.
There was no hesitation from this offense. Immediately after they scored that touchdown, the entire sideline was holding up two fingers. They knew exactly what play they wanted. They felt great about it coming into the game, and clearly the right choice.
So a big change here. They go from down 1, score the touchdown, add the 2. Now they lead by 7 as they kick it off. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Bengals offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Brooks. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and
8. Second down, 8 yards to go. Now, Burrow. He gets this into the hands of Green. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 17 yards on that play. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
That's what they call a big dagger route. It's about 10, 15 yards where you just round off your outside foot and rip into the middle of the field, and they executed it to perfection. And we're able to move the chains.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
At the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Now they face 3rd down and 7. They'll drop to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 16 on that pass play. And the Bengals going to have a 1st down.
And now after that big completion, Mike, they can't panic yet. They're not into the mode where they're in desperation. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Take a deep breath. Get your best 1st down play call to your quarterback. A field goal's not going to do it. They got to think touchdown all the way.
And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Out of bounds at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. They'll run here. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Another Bengals
Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
Right there, we can do it. Let's do this. Come on.
Here's a designed run, and that one's going to be shut down quickly. A minimal gain.
Harrison Smith off the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Steelers' 15-yard line.
2nd and 7. Throwing is Burrow. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Steelers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Throw here down the field will fall incomplete.
At this stage of the game, one play could be the difference between winning and losing, and that dangerous throw is just a little risky for my liking. I understand the notion of trying to make a play and being aggressive, but one turnover here, and this game could be over.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Complete to number 36. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
And the crowd a major factor now as we get to 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Jefferson.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Back to the air one more time. Going right, it's taken in, and he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. The tight end Moore in motion. They'll look to throw again. That's out wide to one. He is belted in the backfield. What a shot he took. It's going to be a loss of yardage. What a play. Now on 2nd and long. They'll look to throw yet again. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Back to throw. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their 2nd, and they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. Important punt here in this tie game late. Fair catch signal and taken at about the 18-yard line. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run. Big hole to the 30. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
That's good.
So now the Bengals use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Pressure time, no timeouts to stop the clock as they get set here for a big 1st down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down.
A loss of 5 on the play. It's 3rd and 15.
Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Brown now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Steelers' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he gets past the 35 to about the 37.
First and 10 at the
How would you like to be a defender and see a guy like this coming full steam ahead, trying to barrel down on you? I'll tell you what, I'm not sure if I'm cut out for that, and you can see why. His ability to play through contact is just a lot to handle.
The tight end Moore in motion. Now a first throw here in overtime. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of
And
8.
this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Stays right.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. He'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And it looks like he's going to have enough. Indeed, the referee does signal. It is a first down.
First down.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they were able to convert.
Now give up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The line of scrimmage.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
Here's a screen set up for Warren. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
On 4th down, out comes the punter. And he's on for a big one here in overtime. Didn't get the hop he was hoping for. It bounds into the end zone. And it's a touchback. The Bengals offense headed back to take over once more. A run with Brooks to begin this drive. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. They bring Chase in motion. 2nd down, Burrow. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
You know, it's really surprising to see him, of all people, let that one go. You just don't see him drop many balls. I mean, really, regardless of the circumstance. So, yes, there was contact. Yes, they timed it up perfectly, but typically that's a ball he's able to hold on to.
Short pass taken in by the tight end.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
We're about ready now for the punt. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. Just a short gain.
At the 29-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. The tight end Moore in motion. They'll look to throw. He gets this one to Moore. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9
yards. And the Steelers first down. It's a gain of 10. And a Steeler first down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page. And that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for, and I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll turn and hand this one off. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Here's a 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. But a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. Steelers getting ready to put this one away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to get back to work. putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Burrow now to throw on first down. Throw on the run is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
Second down and 3. Gesicki, the man in motion. They'll run, and here is Brooks. And this will be good enough for a first down as he gets up past the 25.
First down.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. We'll go once more with Brooks. And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
Back at the 21-yard line.
And it all starts with that missed block up front. Anytime a defender's able to get upfield and vertical that far, there's just really not much you can do to stop him.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
For whatever reason, when the ball was in the air, Mike, it seemed to me like he was almost having a little trouble tracking it. I'm not sure if that's what allowed the defender to catch back up, but ultimately it was the contact at the catch point that causes the incomplete, and now he's going to bring up 3rd and real long.
Going up top. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up 4th down.
He told us earlier in the week that his ball skills might actually be better than some of the guys he's covering, and we kind of chuckled. But it's pretty clear to see where that confidence comes from, Mike. I mean, the next step for him, not only go up and attack that ball to tie his point, but come down with the pick.
This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. First and 10 now from the 36. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
And this is what happens when your offensive line and your back are in sync and on the same page. Great job by the O-line distorting the defense at the point of attack, and then the running back understanding where that hole is, hitting it full speed, brings up a fresh set of downs.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They work just shy of midfield on 2nd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
They'll throw out of the gun, and that is incomplete.
Intended for number 86. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team. And no return. How good is that? Backs him up all the way to the 2. The Bengals offense ready to take over once more. They are backed up about as far as you can be, operating from their own 2-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Brooks. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their 2nd. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. Oh, got to be careful here. Looks like they're just going to avoid the safety, but not by much. That was close to being a disaster.
It's 3rd and 11.
Third and 11. Burrow now. He'll try to run for it. And they're not going to even sniff the 1st down line there. They'll get 5 yards, but it'll bring up a 4th down.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
The Bengals ready to punt this one away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Now, fair catch taken, and they're going to have great starting field position just shy of midfield.
At their own 49-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards.
Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd. And they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
At the 39-yard line.
So, a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This one to win it in overtime. So now the Bengals use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. That's long enough, and it's good! On target from long range. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. They knew a field goal would do it, and a pressure kick from distance was right on the money. They come away with the victory here in overtime. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night from Cincinnati.